Hello, our most valued student. My name is Confident. Welcome to our revision session, and I am bringing you the latest paper. This is Mathematics N1, and it was written on the 27th of June 2022. As I am making this video, this is 3 days ago. So this paper was written 3 days ago, and some of you guys did write this paper, and it can be a good opportunity to kind of see how you might have performed in that final exam. But if you are scared, don't watch this. I repeat, if you are panicking, don't watch it. First see your results and then you take it from there, okay? But I wish you all the best in your finals. Now, for those of you who are interested or will be watching this video, this one is a review of the paper to kind of give you an insight on how the paper was compared to the previous one, and how can you use this video to prepare yourself for the next coming exam. So as I say, this is the paper that was written. As you can see, it's from the Department of Higher Education, and I'm just going to give you a quick review. After this quick review, I'm going to then go step by step and do the whole paper so that you can be in a position to understand how to approach it. Okay, now let us go look at this one. It says requirements of this paper. You needed to have a graph paper. It's a must. You need a graph paper for you to be able to answer this, and then also scientific calculators you can use. And then says this paper consisted of 7 pages and 2 pages of formula, and yeah, that is that. This is the unique code of the paper, and let's go through these. A few instructions here. These are standard, these are basics, so you could have gone through these, but I'm going to go through also some few emphasis on that. But let's quickly look at this paper. What made this paper to become the paper for this particular block? So in a way, we are looking at the examiner and zooming in to say, how was the examiner in bringing out this paper? Question number 1. Here, the examiner or the person who set this paper, 1.1, it says simplify each of the following without, you see they emphasize there, without a calculator using. Now you need to be sensitive again. They wanted you to test, or they were testing you, the exponential laws or the laws of exponents. So it means you need to always revise your laws of exponents. And the first one, it was basic, nothing strange or nothing extra. Here is 2 marks. The second one, 1.1.2, also it was basic. It just needed you to be a little bit careful on some of these. For example, square root of 25, you needed to know how to convert that to say square root of 25 is the same as what? 25 to the power what? Square root means 1 over 2, remember? And then now you also needed to convert this 25 to say 25 is 5 squared bracket to the power 1 over 2. And you know that this multiplies so that at the end, this you get 5. So your calculator simple would have given you the 5 there, but it is your duty to show without. Remember, they say it without the calculator. So first you can even use your calculator to say square root of 25 is 5, but how do you go about it? So this is the part here that they wanted to kind of express. Anyway, that was 1.1 to 1.1.2. 1.2 says simplify each of the following without a calculator again. They didn't emphasize that, but look at this now. From exponential laws, now you are using the laws of logarithm, the logarithmic laws. So again, an important part, remember, is logs and exponents. These is like you're talking to kind of a brother and a sister kind of a thing, you know, they go hand in hand. So the first one, actually logs have got more marks than exponents if you check most of the time. Like this one, they're saying log in base 9 of 3 plus log in base 9 of 27. To me, this is 4 marks. I think they overgave this 4 marks. I mean, look at this. If you are using your calculator simple and then you say log base 9 of 3 plus log base 9 of 27. You see, I mean, this is 2 and it was one basic question, and I don't know, but look at this. You needed to express already. This was not a problem. It's already in base. The base is already 9. Look at this, base 9, and they were trying to check your understanding of this rule to say if you're saying log in base a of m plus log in base a of n. You know how you simplify that? You are going to say log in base a, then since it's addition, you are going to say what? You're going to say m times n. You understand? So that's what they wanted here. So you, when you're working on this, simple thing you needed to do here was to say log in base 9, as you see the base, and then you're going to say what? 3 times 27. Then you continue to say log in base 9. Now you convert 3 times 27. I think it gives you 81 there. You can use, you see, I'm using the calculator there, but everyone, I mean, anyone can know what is 3 times 27. It's 81. I'm using it, but I'm just verifying. They won't see that I use it. And then from here, they were testing you this log here to say when you have got this part, what do you do next? You know 81 is what? It is 9 squared. Always check your base and see how does it relate to the number. So 91 is 8 squared. So you can, 81 is 9 squared. So what you needed to do, it was then up to you to come back here and say equal to log in base 9 of 9 squared. You see this? Oh, by the way, people are asking, what is this stuff for? You know, I'll come back to that. They are asking, why are they giving this star? Is there something, or does it kind of measure how difficult the paper is or what? No, guys, this star is, to me, they haven't really said it, but to me it's more of a security measure that they do internally at the Department of Higher Education. It's kind of their security measure to know which is the official paper that will be given to the students. So by marking it, they are trying to say this is the official paper. I think you have seen also when in the examinations, when they are giving you your answer script, there is a unique mark on that answer script to say this answer script with this particular mark belongs to this, comes from this college. So it's a department requirement to even mark your script, you know, so something like that. So it doesn't have any implication in terms of how difficult that paper was. All right, so quickly on this one now, since you know that there is this rule, let me just give you this rule, quick one. There is a rule here which says if you are given log in base a of b to the power m. Now look at this. Now since m is the power, you can drop it down so that it becomes m log in base a of b. Did you see that? You just drop the m. So even here, look at this 2. This 2 can go down there. You can drop it so that it will become 2 log base 9 of 9. Again, simple thing. Another rule, I think maybe the reason why they made it more marks is because a lot of rules were being used. Look at this other rule. There is this rule which says if you are given log base a and you repeat a as the number a, like here 9 and 9, this is equal to 1. You know, you can check your calculator. Take any number and maybe say log here, log in base, let's say 15, and the number is what? Is 15. You see, we get 1. So that kind of a thing. So when it's like that, it's similar. What you can do, then you can continue here and say this is simple 2 times 1, or 2 times 1, then the answer is 2. Remember, we also got 2 previously, so it was 4 marks. Let me see how they justify that. I think the first one is to use the rule. The second one is to convert this 9. The third one is to come there, and the fourth one, yeah, maybe it justifies everything, I think. But it was a good 9 marks, which to me was also standard and basic. So that was that. And then the next question here, again, you were using the laws of logarithms. Look at this. They say using the laws, log 9 over log 3. What is important again, guys, is this. You need to use, they said no calculator. Use it and check out the answer first. Say log 9, just like they did. Say log 9 here, and then over what? Log 3. Just like that. Check the answer. Again, it's 2. The question is, how do they arrive at 2? What you need to know, if they just say log 9, you can say here log, write 9 in terms of that 3. So it's log 3 squared, you see, over log 3. Are you seeing that? But now there is that rule. Remember, I said if they give you, it's a repetition here, to say log in base a of b to the exponent m. I said take that exponent, you drop it down so that you can have m log base a of b. Remember that. So the same thing, drop the 2, then you've got log base 3 over log 3. Log 3. Now 2 is multiplying, so then you can cancel out that, which means you have got 2 times 1 over 1, and the answer is simply 2. 7 marks. I think it was a given, guys. I think personally, I think that was a given. So well, if you think it was difficult, I think you need to kind of revise your laws of logarithms. Now, by the way, I've got a test book. There is a test book, or there is a book that comes with videos, which is called Mathematics N1 for the Underdog, and that particular book kind of gives you a detailed explanation on the whole curriculum of Mathematics N1. So if you can grab hold of it, it's sold at Take-A-Lot. It can assist you very, very much in mastering this topic, or in also understanding your whole maths as a whole. So check it out on Take-A-Lot, Mathematics N1 for the Underdog. It is designed with you in mind. It's for the underdogs because I created it from a concept of having struggled with my mathematics for a long time, and then later the curtain kind of was removed and I could see clearly my maths. I stopped struggling, and in that book I kind of have that insight of understanding how struggling in maths can become actually a deterrent, or can block you from realizing your dreams. So I come from an approach that makes maths easier to understand. So check it out. Alright, 1.3 here, it was saying write the following in exponential form. Now it's not difficult. They want you to convert in exponents. So look at this. If they give you log in base a of b is equal to m, and then say do this in exponents. So you take that a as the base, then this becomes the exponent. So this is the exponent, it becomes the exponent. This is my base, and this is my number. Okay, I think that. So it's a to the exponent m is equal to b. So that's what you needed to do there. Just take a guess and try to do that. Okay, so that was that. And then let's move on to question 2.1. Question 2.1 also 6 marks. This was nice. This was a nice 6 marks. It says divide. You're given that. Already is given from x cubed, x squared, x, and no x. So it was already arranged well, and you're dividing by that. So what you do is you do this. It's a long division, and then you've got x minus 4 here. And then in here, that's where you write your 12x cubed minus 34x squared. You see this? Minus 51x minus 20. And then you start doing your long division going down. But let me give you a quicker way. I'm going to do the actual way, or the actual version, in my full video for this. But if I was doing it quickly, this was what I was going to do. I was going to take this, and then I'll write the coefficients of x cubed, x squared, and x. So it will be 12 minus 34 minus 51 minus 20. I was going to do that, and then here it's x minus 4. So I was going to say x, remember x minus 4, you say x minus 4 equals 0. Take that, it will become x is equal to 4. So if you do that, I'll have then the 4 here. I hope I'm doing this right. Then you start with the 12 here. So say 12 times 4. You say 12 times 4 is 48. So you'll have 12 times 4 minus the next one is 34. So which is 48 minus 34. You've got a 4 and a 1. So you're going to say here, am I right? It's 4 and a 1. It's a positive. You're going to say plus 14. I hope it's going to work. The quicker version. Again, you say 14 times 4. So 14 times 4, which is 56. So you're going to say, let me do this. It's 14 times 4 minus 51. You say 14 times 4 is 56 minus 51. I'm trying to do this without a calculator. 56 minus 51, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. This is 5. So I'll say plus 5. And then 5 times 4, which is 20. So you say 5 times 4, which is 20, minus 20, which is equal to 0. Perfect. So once I get a 0 at the end here, plus 0, it means I've done it well. So what you do, you take that 12, you take that 14, you take that 5, and then from x cubed you go to x squared. From x squared you go to x. So this is the answer. They say divide this by this. This is the answer. When you divide it, you're going to get that. But I'm going to do a full this I call this the micro oven way. You just quickly you're done. So this is the micro oven way of doing it, but I'll teach you the right way. But they will also give you a mark. I don't see them penalizing you, but I'll teach you the long procedure which can also be used. Now check out again a full video of this. Add the following expressions, guys. You're adding is this, then plus. You just create a plus. So you add the x squared and the x squared and the xy and the xy. So you're adding this, you're adding this, and then the y squared and the y squared. Be careful, it's just a calculator issue here where you're going to say 20. Just look at the numbers. 20 plus 14, you get the answer. Use a calculator. Say for example, when it comes to negative 12xy, you just say minus 12, and then look at the other xy, it's minus 4. That's the answer. Is minus 16, but you maintain xy. Again, 10 and negative 16, you're going to say 10 minus 16, and then you get the answer. So guys, it's basic, it's algebra, basic algebra. Then remove all that is very, I know what they were trying to do here. The examiner was trying to check whether you have kind of I don't know whether to call it a misconception or the errors that the students usually make. Look at this. If they say x minus 3 squared, this is what students are tempted to do. So what they are going to do, they are going to say take this, and it becomes, they open a bracket like this. So it's as if they are saying this will be x squared minus 3 squared. See this? So they will get as the answer as x squared minus 9. 3 squared is 9. Then they caught you off. You're wrong. X squared here, x minus 3 squared, what they wanted you to do was to remember that these are two brackets like this. The square means there are two, which is x minus 3, x minus 3 is the same bracket. And then here you use the FOIL method where you multiply this times this, that times that, this times that, and this times this. I hope, I repeat, I hope they never caught you in this part. But anyway, that is that. Okay, so that was the first 12 marks. Question 1.1 was 14 marks. Question 2, 12 marks. question 3, the paper was actually still good. I don't see anything difficult or strange. Question 3 was also kind of, what was it looking at? It is looking at, this is factorization 3.1. Fully factorize the following expressions. The first one was also basic, it's 3 marks. It's a matter of you seeing what is common there. It's 5x and 5x squared, so 5 and x was common, you need to take it out. Even 3.1.2, you needed to factorize is three terms there, but you needed to see that 1 over 4 was common. And then when it comes to the variables, the x and the y, when it's like that, you take the one with the smallest power. For example, we have got x squared, we have got x, which means it's power 1, you have got x cubed, so you take x, you take that one. Same thing with y, you take that y, take it outside, and then whatever you're going to come up with, you'll have 1 over 4 xy, then you open the bracket, and then you get 3 terms here, the first one, the second one, and the third one. But also it was something that was not difficult. 4 marks, I think it was a good mark allocation there. 3.2, simplify the following. Don't know what they were trying to achieve, but this is addition and subtraction of fractions. Okay, 5 marks, still good marks. 5 marks. I don't know what was a problem mainly here, but you need to be very sensitive. I'll say this is NB, not difficult, but you need to know how to add your fractions. You need to know. Again, check it out in my video. 3.3, determine the following from the algebraic terms. Look guys, 3.3, this question, they like it. It's 6 marks, but the first one says determine the following from the algebraic terms. 3.3.1, the prime factors of each term. I mean, look at this. Your calculator is your main guy here. You can just use your calculator and you just say 120. For example, the prime factors of 120, you say 120 equal to, unfortunately my calculator doesn't do it. You'll say with your calculator, check it out, 120 equal to, and then you're saying shift. There is a part here on this button which says fact. When you press it, it will convert these into prime factors. You'll see that you say 2 times this times this times this, and then that's what you write. Those are the numbers. Again, you say 45 equal to, then you say shift fact FA. That fact is FACT. When you do that, it will convert it into prime numbers. That's what you do. And then when you've done that, you just write the numbers, and then you maintain your x6 y cubed z squared and your x cubed y4 z cubed. Then after that, I'll show you now how to go for the LCM and how to go for the HCF. It's a question that flows from that into that. You make an error here, you are going to be caught up wrong in the other part. But it's a 6 marks, a given question. Question number 4, equations here. So for x, oh, this was 6 marks. Basic stuff, basic mathematics. Look at this, it's actually basic. You take minus 4 into bracket C, minus 4 bracket. That bracket means minus 4 will multiply. It's minus 4 times x. Again, minus 4 times minus 1. See that? Equal to, that's what they're saying. Same thing, minus 5 times 2x, and again minus 5 times negative 1. Then this minus 19 is on the outside. That's what they wanted you to do. Now minus 4 times x is minus 4x. Minus 4 times minus 1, use a calculator here. It will give you plus 4. Don't try to use your mental knowledge, just test it. Minus 5 times 2x, multiply the two numbers, say minus 5 times 2, it will give you minus 10, then you maintain the x. Again, minus 5 times minus 1, use a calculator, you're going to get here plus 5, minus 19. When you've done this, guys, it's 6 marks. It just needs you to be careful. Look at this. You do what is called collect like terms here. That's what they needed here. When you're collecting like terms, usually we take x to the left hand side. So you can take x to the left hand side, you jump the equal sign. So when you jump the equal sign, the signs also change. From negative here, when it jumps, it becomes positive. So what we have is, you're going to say minus 4x. Now it was negative 10 that jumped, it becomes plus 10x. You see this is equal to, you do the same thing with the numbers. Now we want the numbers on the right hand side. So that is already there, that is already there. You can write it as is to say plus 5 minus 19. But look at this, you still have and plus 4 on the other side. So it can cross the equal sign. When it crosses, it is positive, it will become what? Negative, you see. So it becomes minus 4. Again, you can just use your calculator here. What you do is, you look at minus 4x plus 10x, you just say minus 4 plus 10, that's all. Then you get the answer 6. On the other side, you say 5 minus 19 minus 4, you get the answer 18. So what? We are saying 6x, because you have to maintain your x, is equal to what? Negative, was it negative 18? Then how do you get your x? Remember, 6 times, there is a dot there, 6 dot x. The opposite of times is division. So you divide by what you don't want. Here you divide by 6 because you don't want 6. That's when you're saying x is equal to, what you do on the left, you do on the right. 6 into 18 goes 3 times. So x is minus 3. Now, testing is important here. What you do, you put your 3 here. Not only 3 minus 3, you put your minus 3, and then you check if ever your answer is balancing. So what you do, you bring a calculator again and say, if I'm to put a minus 3 here, will the left hand side balance with the right hand side? Let's start here to say minus 4 bracket, remember x is minus, where there is x you put minus 3, negative 3 minus 1. Remember, say negative, not minus 3. You get 16 on the left hand side. Let's try the right hand side. You say minus 5 bracket, it says 2x, so you can't say 2 minus 3. You say 2, put a bracket, and say minus 3, close the bracket. Remember, there is the first one you opened, but this one is to separate the 2 and the x. Then you say minus 1, then close that bracket that you opened, then say minus 19. It must give us 16. You see, so the left hand side balances the right hand side. It means you're correct. It wasn't complicated, it wasn't difficult. You just need to just slowly but surely get your answers right. Look at the 4.2. Manipulate the given formula and make R the subject of the formula. It's not difficult, that's why it's 2 marks. It's actually 2 steps away. Your answer is 2 steps away. How do you separate the R? Check out in the video, and then they say now this continues. You see, it flows from you to say use the answer in question 4.2 and substitute the following values and calculate the radius. Again, where there is h you put 9, where there is v you put 33. It's 4 marks at the end, and these are very important marks, and you can't afford to lose that. 4.4, a motorbike covers 120 kilometers in 1 hour 15 minutes. Calculate the time in hours and minutes it takes to cover 250 kilometers if the average speed remains the same. 2 ways of doing it. You can use proportion here, which I'll show you in the video, to say 120 kilometers is to 1 hour 15 minutes. And then the question is, how about 250 kilometers? It is x. Then you find how long here. You can use that, or you can use the formula to say speed is equal to what? Distance over time. Remember that formula? Speed is equal to distance over time. So you first find the speed. You've got the distance, which is 120. You've got the time, which is 1 hour 15 minutes. Now the next one, now they want you to calculate the time, meaning this, they say the speed remains unchanged. So you'll still have your speed, you'll have the new distance, which is now 250. Now find time. 5 marks. It's good marks, and actually I think it was a good question for 5 marks, but it depends how you want to approach that. check it out. I'm going to solve it in the next part. Now look at this one, question 5 here. What was it? This is more now on graph and graph sketching. You are given this, write the equation in standard form. Remember, the y is equal to mx plus c version, so you are converting that into that. Determine the gradient. Remember, this then automatically becomes the gradient. The y-intercept then is c. That's why it's 1 mark, 1 mark. The moment you can write it like that, you can literally write your m. When they say the gradient, you tell us your m. The intercept, it's your c. But that's what you needed to do there. And then you're given this, write the equation in standard form. Remember, this is y is equal to a over x. This is a hyperbola version, but you needed to do it in this part. Okay, in which quadrants should the graph be drawn? There are always 2 quadrants. It's either you draw it here, or secondly, you draw it here or here. And the quadrant starts here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. That's what they mean by quadrant. So the first one is either 1 and 3, or you have got 2 and what? And 4. So it's up to you, but you need to know how to go about that. And then you're given 5.3 to say given this, and then they give you a table. Then it says copy the table in the answer book and fill in the values of A, B, and C. It's 3 marks. This is basic also. You needed to know how to go about this, but it also looks like a hyperbola from the top question here. If you check it, similar xy, but it's just that it's minus xy. You can test the other values to say they had minus 8, how did they get 0.25? They had minus 6, how do they get that? Then you follow up the sequence. Okay, 6 marks. Okay, 3 marks. Then the filling of the table that, but 5.3.2, use the table that draw the graph on the graph paper. They must always give you a graph paper for that. Okay, but I show you that in the video on how I approach that. Now next question here, it says question 6, we are given this, and this is a bit of trigonometry, and that sign means similar. They're saying triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. Then they give you that. Calculate the length of BC by using Pythagoras theorem. The theorem of Pythagoras is very important, so they test you here. Calculate the length of side DE, which is this one DE. Again, I show you that. Calculate the magnitude of angle D with reason. The magnitude of angle D, already this angle, you know, if I add these two plus this one, sum of angles in a triangle add up to what? 180. So if I say angle E plus angle D plus angle F, it must give me 180 degrees. That's why they say give me the reason why. Then you put a bracket and say sum of angles in a triangle. They add up to what? They add up to 120. Then you already calculate that. So not difficult. That's why it's 2 marks. Question 7. The illustration shows a ladder that leans against a tree. Calculate the length of the ladder if the angle of elevation from the foot of the ladder to the top of the ladder is this, and the top of the ladder is this. Now this is elevation and depression. So in a way, you are going to come up with a triangle like this. See what you have? You have got this and you have got this. That's what you're having. And then now the question is they want h, the hypotenuse, which is h. And what are you given? You are given, if you do this, you need to know the sides you are given, and here is the opposite and the angle. And now they want the length of the ladder. If I can show you what you needed to come back to these formulas. That's what I think. Yes, that's what you're supposed to use. Sorry about that. This is what you're supposed to use, and they give you the trig ratios here. That's what you're supposed to use there to answer that question. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to go about using this in the full version of the video, and then simplify without a calculator by using special angles. Now they say sine 45 times 1030, special angles. Guess what? they are testing you the knowledge, and the knowledge they are testing is here. These are special angles. How do you go about using this? That's why they gave you a 45, and is it a 60 or a 30? One of these, I think, in that 10. So let me see, they gave us 10, 30, see? And then draw the graph of y is equal to sine x for angle between 0 and 360 on a graph paper, and then says all values of the point of intersection with the system of axes and turning points where applicable must be shown. Guys, I also show you how to use your calculator to draw this graph. Look, they're saying y is that, so you say mod 3, then you say sine, then say alpha x, see that, close the bracket, say equal to, then you start from 0, say it's from 0, so you say start at 0, then end at 360, you say 360, and then step, I usually advise 15, but in this case it will be too much, say 30, because from 0 to 30, then you plot these values, 0, 0, 30, 0,5, you choose the simpler one, 91, 120 is complicated, 150, 0,5 you take it, 180 is 0, 210, 240 you leave it out, 270 is minus 1, 300 you leave it out, 330 is 0,5, negative, 360 is 0. Then you're going to draw a graph, and it will be a graph that is similar like this, because you're starting from 0 to 360, so you're supposed to use it like this. So it will be a sine graph. I think, yeah, it's like this, if I'm not mistaken, like this. That's what you're gonna have, is a graph like that. But anyway, I'm going to show you as we go on together in this full paper. Look at this one, question 8, I think this was the last one. Sammy is building a 1500 piece puzzle. He has already completed 5 over 12 of the puzzle. This is what fractions, how many puzzle pieces does he still need to build? This is more like word problem in a way, but you are looking at percentages and fractions, and then I show you how to do that. 3 marks, good marks. 8.2, a landscaping company needs your help in planning the layout of a garden. The 3D image below shows a right cone inside a triangle. So you see they mentioned keywords, right cone inside a rectangle, sorry. So what you need to do already, you must know that you're dealing with these are the area that you're dealing with. So you come here and say, where do I find a right cone? And there is a right cone, you see. They always give you something that you can relate to. So you've got your right cone here and a rectangle. And where is the rectangle? I think it's in the beginning. There is a rectangle, like that. You're dealing with such information. So most of the information is already in the formulas there. The last question is special. The rectangle represents the lawn. So this is more of, you've got a lawn around here, and the cone represents the structure that will be filled with gravel. Flowers will be planted along the perimeter of the rectangular grass plot. Perimeter is a word there. Then they say calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. You need to know how to find the perimeter, but guess what? Of the rectangle, they give you formulas, guys. Perimeter 2L plus B, you can find the perimeter. Calculate the volume of the right cone structure with a height of 4 and the radius of that. Again, volume, come to the right cone here, and there is the volume in terms of D, in terms of R. So you ask what did they give? They gave you the radius. Calculate the area where the grass must be planted. Keep in mind that the base of the cone structure is an area that does not need to be filled with grass. So here what they are saying is, in this image, look at this. You are going to plant everything here. Let me use this. You are going to be planting here, and what can I use? Let me use that. You are going to be planting. See, when you're going to be planting here, it's not possible to plant in this structure. So you can plant as much as you can, but you can't plant inside. Remember, they say they're building a structure. So you'll be planting grass around. At the end, you'll be having something like this, and this. and then what you have in the center, you've got that cone that is going to the top, but you've got an area you can plant. Then you can plant everywhere except that area. See what they're saying? So what you need to do is you find the area of here, length times breadth, and then find the area of this circle, again is pi r squared. Then from there you subtract this area from the center area, then you get your answer. And how many marks was that? 4 marks. And the total of this was 100 marks. I think, guys, it wasn't bad. It was a paper that you could relate to. Well, for N1, it's a good foundation. I say you are starting your mathematics at a good foundation. But now I'm going to do a full paper of this. This was just a review to say if you are going to be preparing for your final exam, what must you be on the lookout for. So I'm going to do a full paper, but it will be available for Prime members. So what am I trying to say? Become a Prime member and the full version of this paper will be available for you. Unfortunately, if you're not a Prime member, it is going to take time for me to release this. Why am I doing that? Prime members help to sponsor this channel. Prime members, they contribute every month for the running of this channel. There is some bit of work behind the scenes, and it helps us to bring this channel to bring the videos that you are watching every day. So the more videos we bring is because of the faithful members who are every month contributing to the running of this channel. We say we appreciate you very, very much. So if you want to benefit, become a Prime member, or you can help someone to become a Prime member, or you and your friend and your friend's friend, you can actually sponsor them so that they can also become Prime members. Why? You are also saying, I just want to see this channel going forward, and then we welcome any kind of support, especially the support to ensure that this channel continues to give more value to you guys. So of course it's financial more than anything. There is equipment that is involved behind the scenes. So the more you support us, the more we bring you quality videos. So guys, become a Prime member. But also one other important thing is to subscribe to this channel. Don't just watch, don't just spectate. Please become a member in terms of subscription. It doesn't cost you anything. Ensure that you just press the subscription button and that sharp thumb, the thumb that is saying yes, to like the video, as well as there is a bell which you can switch on to say notify me wherever there is a new video. So do that and you will be encouraging us. Last but not least, leave a comment so that we can know if you guys are benefiting. I repeat again, remember to subscribe so that we can see you guys. It helps me to know that there is someone behind these videos who's benefiting. YouTube tells me more than 100,000 people are viewing this channel each and every month, but those who are subscribing is just a few. Anyway, it doesn't give me more energy to bring more, but if you want to give me more energy to bring more, then you guys subscribe. It helps me to bring you the videos that are in need for you. Leave a comment and then I'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching.